My name is Roger Johnson. I like taking pictures and I love to travel. Whether it's working as a professional tour guide, a flight attendant, or on my own for fun. Across America or around the world. This is my show. Hello and welcome to America. I am Roger Johnson and this is my Welcome to America Adventure Update featuring my trip to the bridges of Madison County in Iowa. May 2014, I had a 30-hour overnight in Des Moines, so plenty of time to do something. Not only did I have plenty of time, but I had a friend and co-worker who I was working with at the time, Kimberly Vogel. She's got a travel bug, the travel bug, almost as much as I do. She's also a shutter bug, loves to take pictures, and so what better thing to do than to actually go and tour the bridges of Madison County. It's only about 40 miles southwest of Des Moines, so it was easy to jump in the car, drive down there. The only real downside was that it was raining cats and dogs. Fortunately, we were touring the covered bridges, so you got to go underneath them and get a little bit of shelter here and there. The first three bridges that we covered were the Imes Bridge, the Hollowell Bridge, and the Cutler-Donahue Bridge. Oh, there they are, over here on the eastern side of the county, heading into Winterset, which is the county seat of Madison County. The Cutler-Donahue Bridge I had been to a couple of times before. It's in a city park right near downtown. It's only a few blocks from John Wayne's birthplace, if you know where that is, Madison County's other claim to fame. While we were there, I'm taking pictures, shooting video. Kimberly's shooting video, taking pictures. Maybe she wasn't shooting video. Whatever she was doing, her battery died. She had just recently moved, and so all of a sudden it's like, oh no. Then we were depressed with the rain and everything, and so we decided, you know what, we'll take a break, settle down. So we went downtown and had some Mexican food at a little cafe restaurant right in downtown Winterset, and while we were eating, the sun came out. How cool was that? And what a neat little downtown. It is like something straight out of a movie set. You jump in your car and you want to cruise down the road at 88 miles per hour and go Back to the Future. Okay. Back to the Future was not filmed in Winterset, Iowa. The movie that was filmed there was The Bridges of Madison County, based on the book of the same name, starring Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. Clint directed it, and it was actually filmed in Madison County. A lot of movies will film in a completely different location than they take place. And like the movie, we got lost. That's how Clint Eastwood met Meryl Streep's character in the movie. Even though in the movie there were no street signs at the time when the movie takes place. There are street signs today. We just weren't paying attention. We ended up finding the Roseman Bridge, and that's the bridge that's featured most prominently in the movie. That's the bridge that's on the cover of the DVD there. And right next door, there's a little gift shop. That's where I bought my DVD copy of the movie. And they sell jams and jellies and T-shirts and all the normal tourist stuff. And they also tell great stories. We were in there and they're telling us the story of I'm not sure if I quite followed the story. The police were chasing this guy and they got to the bridge, and as the guy ran across the bridge, he disappeared. I don't know whether it was a real guy that ended up dying, falling off the bridge and became a ghost, or they were chasing a ghost. I think it was the latter. Anyway, that bridge is haunted, apparently. And proof of that, I'm taking pictures of the bridge, and I'm gonna get done taking my picture. I'm gonna run up to the top of the hill. Boom! I fell. I got my tripod like this. Camera's on top of this. Boom! I caught myself, and my leg. It doesn't come out very good now. Bent like a hook like this. I got a big scab on my knee, and yeah. So that was eventful. Kimberly blamed the ghost. I agree with her. It had nothing to do with me being a klutz. So that was the most eventful of the 6 bridges. There's 6 bridges. I don't think I mentioned that. Originally there were 19. There's only 6 now. The last 2, I think, were my favorite. The Roseman Bridge. No, that was the one we just talked about. The Cedar Bridge was one of my favorites. That one was actually originally built in 1883. But I was going to use a swear. I won't. Some guys burned it down in 2002. And who does that? But so it's since been rebuilt. They used the original plans and the original methods for building it and constructing it. And so now, because it's a new bridge and not an original artifact, you get to actually drive across the bridge. All the other bridges, you can walk across them, but you can't take your car across. The Cedar Bridge you can actually drive across, which is kind of cool. And then the Hogback Bridge was the last one that we visited, and I just liked it because it was pretty. There were flowers, and it wasn't all covered up with trees around it, so you could see a nice view of the thing. And so those are the 6 bridges: the Imes Bridge, the Hollywell Bridge, the Cutler-Donahue Bridge, the Roseman Bridge, which is haunted. I can attest to that. The Cedar Bridge and the Hogback Bridge. The other cool thing that we did was near the Roseman Bridge is the Pamel State Park. The only highway tunnel in the state of Iowa is there, the Harmon Tunnel. So you go through and you got to honk your horn, beep, beep. And there's also, what was even cooler than the tunnel was the Middle River Ford. There's the Middle River, I assume that's the river that goes through there, cuts through the middle of the park. And if you want to get from one side of the park to the other without leaving the park, you have to go across this thing. And you actually drive through, it's like 4 to 6 inches of water that they maintain in there. So you're driving your car and there's water going over. It's like when Moses crossed the Red Sea, it was kind of like that, but only you were kind of up on. Anyway, that was very cool. And so it was a fun day. We had the whole day to spend running around touring Madison County. Great having Kimberly along with me. We did have Kimberly come in and sit down to talk about the trip with me. Unfortunately, we lost the footage. Somebody lost the footage, or it didn't get recorded or something. I blame the ghost, just saying. Anyway, I wish she could have been here. She couldn't, trying to line up schedules. But I did promise her that I would promote her website, KimberlyVogel.com. She travels all over the world. Like me, she's a flight attendant, so she gets to go places. And so you can not only take a look at her pictures, but you can also buy them on there. You get a framed print, hang it on your wall. They're very, very well done. So check that out. Check out my website, welcometoamerica.us. While you're there, you can buy a passport. Remember, it's as much fun as getting a real passport stamped without the hassle of standing in line and being interrogated by the Customs Bureau. They are a lot of fun. Check out the commercial here in just a couple of minutes. Boy, this is like a milestone that we're crossing here. This will be the last ever adventure update that I do by myself. We've been really good about getting guests, but it doesn't always work out. Starting with the next episode, we're going to introduce our brand new co-host, who for all next year we're going to have her on for every episode. Several of the episodes earlier this season, we had Haley Nelson, who was my 50 States, 50 Days travel partner, sit in as a temporary co-host. We're going to have our full-time official co-host next episode, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. So until then, we will see you then. I'm Roger Johnson, the world's first self-proclaimed welcome sign photography expert. I've got a photo of myself next to a welcome sign in all 50 U.S. states and the District of Columbia. And if you don't believe me, I've got a certificate to prove it, which I do need to sign. But that's not the point. The point is, if you've got obsessive compulsive travel disorder like I do, also known as OCTD or the travel bug, you know how much fun it is to keep track of your travel. I've been to all 50 states at least 4 times or more, and I do know how much fun it is to keep meticulous records. I've taken welcome sign photos, I've built complicated websites, produced expensive, time-consuming, award-winning travel documentaries. I put stickers on my van. I've drawn on maps and on myself. It's too much. But now I've found a better way. The Roger Johnson's Welcome to America passport. It's got the look and feel of a real passport. You can customize your passport with your name, personal information, photo, and signature on the information page. Pre-printed stamps for each state contain the date of statehood, as well as mottos, nicknames, landmarks, and symbols unique to each state. See? You can track your travels by coloring in the map in the back, as well as checking off each state and taking notes in the state checklist. So whether you're traveling by land sea, or air. If it's your first state, your last, or somewhere in between, you too can track your travels with your very own Welcome to America passport. The Welcome to America passport is not an official document issued by any government agency. It is not required for travel anywhere in the United States, world, or known universe. It is strictly for fun as you track your own travels to all 50 United States and the District of Columbia. Buy yours today at welcometoamerica.us/passport. So if I figure I sell 2 million of these and I make $1 off of each one, I'll be a millionaire.